cannot believe you're not stepping with us this year.
I've got to focus on getting into Harvard.
There's a video online, the Sigma Beta member having sex on their lawn. You need to make SBB look like positive contributors to the community. Don't you have a big charity step competition coming up?
Let's go! I can't teach them. My black card would get revoked.
You make this SBB mess go away, and I will guarantee you admission to Harvard.
So, Megalyn.
Yes.
Your character is super, super pro-black, but at the same time shuns another black boy for not being black enough while dating a white guy. So tell me about your character and how do you feel like there's a hierarchy with blackness that we have in the black community?
Absolutely. My own experience, because I'm mixed, and I also didn't really grow up, I grew up on the Navajo reservation, so I grew up around Native American people, and my mom's white, and my dad died when I was a baby, but he was Nigerian anyway, so I didn't really grow up around a lot of Black American culture, but I'm still black, and I'm still American. So coming into to a big city like Los Angeles and going to school there, became very clear to me at a young age that I was not black enough. And even just in this business, I started acting as a child, and very early on, it was very clear to me that you had to be a certain type of black in order to get the certain type of roles. They're the only roles that there are for black girls. So how black are you? Are you too black? Are you not black enough? And within the community, I definitely felt, often very ostracized by the black community because I wasn't like them, and I didn't know what that meant until later on in life. So it was, there's a lot of complexity there, and I feel like with Jamila, I kind of got a chance to exercise some of those demons and kind of tease apart a lot of the complex issues around that, around how black is, what is black? What does that even mean? And how does a black girl act white? I mean, there's all this stuff that that was actually really painful for me as a younger person that I got to kind of work out with this role. So it was a gift.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, then I'm gonna bring it to you, Chuck. Sure. So with us now finding out that you are an Alpha Phi Alpha man,
absolutely.
What made you want to use Black Greek life to target cultural appropriation versus appreciation?
Just because it was a world that I was really familiar with, and I stepped in college, and we had relationships with Black Greek organizations and with white Greek organizations, and it was something that was so separate. And then once we had events where we would come together, we would find that we had a lot in common and that we really enjoyed each other. And sometimes they'd be organized by the Greek office, and then after that we'd still spend time together because we found that these were folks that we really enjoyed and that we had a lot to learn from one another. So I think, and stepping being like the vehicle for which this unity starts to form, it's visually dynamic, it's super fun to watch. Anyone who's ever been to a step show knows that it's one of the most exciting things you can ever go see. And I think it's just, it's a great way to sort of share our culture, and it's a great way for the white sorority to learn not only stepping, but other things that make Black Greek organizations so wonderful, which is the unity, the sisterhood, the community service, the growth and the knowledge, and I think that's really more important even so than stepping in the movie that her character Jamila is sharing with the white sorority.
Absolutely. So do you feel like we're kind of in a climate where we're starting to talk about cultural appreciation a lot more? And do you feel like there's any misunderstanding? Because I feel like we highlight the Kardashians and a lot of people that we consider to be culture vultures. Do you feel like, I mean, it's real life and people are bringing up these conversations. So do you feel like we're starting to get more comfortable with that conversation?
Yeah, I think we're starting to get more comfortable with it as long as the conversation about cultural appropriation versus cultural appreciation, as long as the people who are experiencing the culture from the outside are not trying to pass it off as their own. They're paying homage to the people that came before them that actually invented it. And I think as long as that's the case, as long as that's the way that they're approaching it, it's something that can bring us together and really teach us a lot about each other.
Absolutely.
Break!